Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with Trooper Smacko with Trooper Talk. Trooper Smacko, thank you so much for being here. A lot of things happened this week, right? And so talk to us about what's going on this week.
Yes, unfortunately, we had a tragic beginning to this week where we had another tragic crash involving an impaired driver that took the life of someone else off of the 15 and Blue Diamond. That's never a way we want to start the week. But
and so when we talk about traffic safety, we always want people to know that impaired driving, you can be impaired by just maybe simply having one drink. And so if you're feeling a little bit tipsy, please do not get behind the wheel.
That's correct. If you feel different, you're going to drive different. It doesn't matter what you've taken. If it's affecting your ability to operate a motor vehicle, you are impaired. And that can be anything from alcohol, marijuana, any other illegal drug, or legal drugs. A lot of people are often surprised to find that prescription medications can also lead to a DUI. If you're under doctor-prescribed medication and it has warnings on it not to operate heavy machinery, be careful about taking that before you operate a motor vehicle, because a motor vehicle is a very heavy machine and it will be a DUI if you are operating that motor vehicle and you're under the influence of even a legal prescribed medicine if it's affecting your ability to operate that motor vehicle.
And you know, the thing is that with prescription drugs and things like that, you know, there's a lot of different ways to get around, you know, with the Uber and Lyft and things like that. And Nevada Highway Patrol is always trying to make sure that we have safe roadways. One of the ways is Badge on Board. Talk to us about that.
Yes, Badge on Board is a federally funded program where our commercial enforcement troopers, as well as you see in the picture, our motor officers, as well as other state troopers, go out and we'll have a couple of commercial vehicles like you see in the picture where it looks like just any other commercial vehicle.
I think it's
But
great.
we have a state trooper in the commercial vehicle. We'll have radar in that commercial vehicle, and they'll be able to sight based on what they observe from inside that vehicle, whether people are cutting off these large commercial trucks, if they're speeding, if they're making unsafe lane changes, and a variety of other infractions, and they call it out to our motor officers and other patrol troopers who are in the area, and they'll make stops based on the observations of the trooper inside the commercial vehicle.
And one of the training things that you are able to do is you're able to estimate a speed, right?
Yes.
When you know, like, people don't understand when they say, when we have the move over law, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you're supposed to move over, and you can tell about the estimating of speed, right?
Yes, all state troopers aren't going off of what a radar displays. We are trained to estimate speed, and we also will pace vehicles. There's a lot of ways we can determine how fast someone is going, and you'll see often with our motor officers, they'll have LiDAR, which is similar to radar, but it's lasers. And they can literally point at something and tell how far away it is and how fast it is. And it could be as far as a quarter mile away. So as one of those tools where our motors officers can spot a speeding vehicle before that speeding vehicle will even know they're there.
And we have this horrific scene.
Yes, that
right?
was the
So,
sad fatal crash that occurred early Sunday morning.
So on Trooper Talk, since we're doing this every week, we want to be current with the most current events. So please talk to us about what transpired here. And
Yes, we're early in the investigation, but the preliminary details have determined that the BMW you see in the forefront was disabled on the roadway, and the occupant of the BMW was trying to push the vehicle. At the time, the silver Lexus was approaching it. The silver Lexus then struck the pedestrian pushing the BMW as well as the rear of the BMW. The pedestrian was transported to UMC trauma, but unfortunately was pronounced deceased sometime later.
And these are the type of things as a trooper that you have the picture in your mind that never leave.
Yes. And unfortunately, we did have to make an arrest on this one for suspicion of DUI resulting in death, as well as failure to use due care.
And we have another picture here. So this .221 BAC, what is this? What does this mean? And this is not connected to the other one. These are just pictures that I'd like you to describe.
This was another incident
Right.
where an impaired driver was removed from the roadway. When you see a .221 BAC, what that means is the person's blood alcohol content was a .221, where in the state of Nevada and most of the country, the legal per se amount is a .08. So this person's almost 3 times the legal limit.
Certainly not to be on any roadway or anything like that.
No, absolutely not.
So I have on the next picture here, speed,
Yes.
right? So people are always trying to get from point A to point B faster, and I think it only amounts to a few seconds or something, right? When you actually take into account the speed.
For sure. And on top of it, even if it accounted for a few minutes, driving at 127 miles an hour is absolutely reckless. It's almost double the posted speed limit on the highways in Las Vegas. Going at that speed, you don't have the time to react to any kind of possible hazard that you encounter. Something as simple as a tire blowout can have deadly consequences at those speeds. You're going to lose control of your vehicle and overturn.
How about .403?
Yeah,
I mean, like, isn't the brain like not working or something?
Yeah, that blood alcohol content is you're getting into very dangerous places as far as alcohol poisoning. It's amazing to me that somebody can be at that level of blood alcohol content and still be conscious.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that when we get to such a high level, I can't even imagine that someone can get in the car and even turn the key.
No, at that high level, you're struggling to walk.
Yeah. All right, .341. I mean, the same thing,
Same
right?
thing.
I mean,
it is. You're getting into where not only is it unsafe to operate a motor vehicle, it is unsafe to have that much blood alcohol content for yourself and your health. That you're getting into an area where you're going to be getting alcohol poisoning.
yeah. And this is a great time to talk about the wrong way driving.
Yes.
Right? Talk to us about wrong way driving.
Yes, wrong way driving is a very dangerous situation that occurs almost nightly here in Las Vegas. And we all know that Las Vegas is a destination city. We have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to alcohol and now legalized marijuana. And unfortunately, when you have people coming from all over the globe coming to Las Vegas to have a good time, you encounter people making the poor decision and operating a motor vehicle while impaired. And unfortunately, that often leads to people driving the wrong direction or counterflow to traffic on our highways. And when you have somebody going counterflow to traffic at speeds at 65 miles an hour or more, when you have a crash under those conditions, it's going to be deadly.
And when we talk about the wrong way driving, okay, we can have horrific accidents like this with, the tractor trailers. I mean, we share the road with the tractor trailers. We also share the road with motorcycles, right? I see those guys that have the 2 wheels in the front and the 1 wheel in the back. I mean,
Yes.
they're all different types of things here.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
If you are in a high-speed collision with something like a tractor trailer, it's 80,000 pounds. It's going to be very deadly. You're talking a very heavy, very forceful machine. And in a standard pedestrian car, you're not going to fare well. So it's one of those things. And then, like you brought up earlier with a motorcycle.
Yeah.
A motorcycle involved in a crash. When you're a motorcycle rider, you don't have any protection around you. Any crash can potentially be deadly.
Yeah. And so now we have a picture. I love this picture, right? NHP Motors in the summer. I mean, forgetting that it's maybe 125 degrees, right?
Yes.
But this is what you're talking about, the little binoculars, right?
Yeah. What you see there is he's looking through his LiDAR. And that little device, he's able to see approximately a quarter mile away how fast any car he points at, he'll instantly be able to tell what their speed is and how far away they are from him.
And so when we talk about summer driving, there's a difference from summer driving to not. Here, this is a task force. Talk to us about that.
Yes, this is one of our state troopers who belongs to the DUI strike team. And the strike team is made up of both Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers as well as Nevada State Troopers. And they work together, and their sole purpose out there is to find impaired drivers and remove them from the roadway before they harm or kill someone.
And it talks a lot to the partnership, right, between
Yes.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police and NHP as well, right?
Yes, the partnership here in Southern Nevada is astounding. We have great partnerships with both the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department as well as other Southern Nevada agencies. A great example of that is when we had the tragedy and we lost Trooper Micah May when he was murdered on our roadways. And the support we received, not just from the Las Vegas community, but from all our partner agencies, whether it was the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, you had North Las Vegas, Henderson, you had the school district police, and then you had other first responders. The fire departments came out in support of us. We all work really well together, and my hats goes off to them as well, as far as the Clark County Fire Department, Las Vegas City Fire Department, North Las Vegas, and Henderson Fire Departments, as well as the ambulance services. The first responder community in Las Vegas is very strong. We are a family.
And when we spoke last week, after we were off camera, that was the one thing that you wanted to do that we got now an opportunity to do.
Yes.
Because you wanted to thank other people and other first responders, not as
Yes.
people, right? And it meant so much to you. And I remember you saying, geez, I wish I said it. So I'm glad we had the
Yes,
opportunity.
I enjoyed having that opportunity because they deserve it. They really came out for us, and I just don't have the words to properly convey my appreciation, as well as the Nevada Highway Patrol's appreciation for their support during that very difficult period.
And so we love having you. We love talking and all that type of stuff. Trooper Wellman is not here right now.
Yes, Trooper Woolman's busy doing the editing and going over footage from the processions we had in honor of Trooper May, as well as showing examples of the community and first responder support we received. And she's going to put it together in a video that we'll be releasing on our social media.
And so that will be on the NHP Facebook page and the Twitter and all that type of stuff.
Yes.
So all of our viewers can go and watch that as well.
Yes, we felt that we received such heartfelt support from the community at large that we felt it was only appropriate to share the experiences of both the escorts and processions as well as the memorial service with the community for anyone who wasn't able to be there in person.
This coming week, as all of our troopers try to, maybe feel a little bit better, we had an event last week,
Yes.
Where, people came out. I always tell people, come out and say hello to the troopers, come out and just shake their hand and stuff like this. It's very important. We want you to know that the community 100% is behind you. And so it's very important that you know that.
No, and I appreciate that, Neil. And we do know that. We see it day in and day out. Especially, I had the opportunity to be at the event for the Injured Police Officers Fund the other day, and I saw firsthand where we had people from the community bringing their children out to talk to us. And those events are important, not just for it's there to help Trooper Micah May's family, but it's also an opportunity for us to go out and show the community that we're human beings too. We're more than just a uniform. We're your friends. We're your neighbors.
And you and Trooper Wellman had that opportunity when Trooper May's car was at NHP.
Yes.
You got an opportunity to just go out and show people that you're human too, and you're mourning the loss and everything like that.
Yes, and having that opportunity to display Trooper May's vehicle and then even be able to share it with the community and have them come out and share their thoughts of the tragedy and write little messages for Trooper May's family on the vehicle for them to see. And I can assure you that Joanna, Trooper May's wife, did read every message on that car. I've seen her comb over that car on multiple occasions looking at all the messages, and every time she tears up.
She was there. She brought the baby. She brought her parents out.
Yes.
you know, it was really wonderful to see that. Trooper Smacko, we really appreciate the opportunity coming in this week, talking to us. I think we learned a lot again. We keep hammering away. You know, we're just trying to save lives. You know, we just got to save one life, and then after we save the one, then we can move to number two. But it's important that we take our time and that we save one life. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you for having me, Neil. And I'd like to say this is going to be an exciting opportunity to have these trooper talks. I know on episodes coming up, I would like to bring on different state troopers beyond just Trooper Wellman and myself, people who are experts in different areas of public safety. I would like to have some of our commercial guys come on and talk about best practices on handling hazardous material crashes or involving our large commercial vehicles. We got experts in combating human trafficking. We have experts in DUI investigations, crash reconstruction. So there's a lot of stuff we would love to share with the community and kind of give a little insight of what we do.
Well, I know that people are really excited about this, you know, and so the thing is that I want to make sure that we have the relevant information, but I'm really excited about it too, because I want people to know that all these resources are there, and they're there maybe that most people don't know, but they're to protect everybody, to make everybody safer.
Yes, they are.
So till next week, and maybe we'll have a special guest. We're trying to get Sergeant Whitmarsh on here.
Yes.
Right? And so we'll see what we can do. But next week, I'll see you again then.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. We'll tell everybody. All right. Be safe this week. We'll see you next week.